the four-step model to financial freedom. So this is, it's the 4 stages. The first is actually the one unconventional principle that actually helped me. The next step is the one and only thing to actually pay attention to in order to start getting results beyond the theory. And then the simple rule to follow to actually increase your momentum. And I'll share at the end the hidden secret that actually helps, the superheroes to 10x their results as well. So that's the model that I'll share with you. So the 4 steps, this is actually the first business blueprint. So it's fast because it's the 4 stages are essentially that FAST, which is fast. So the first is your future focus, your action accelerator, support system, and the transformative tribe. So I'll go through this and give you a bit more details how they actually develop and how you can use them to actually break through into your financial success as well. So the fundamentals, the big secret, before I go through the 4 steps, what are the fundamentals, the big secret to getting unstuck? Because a lot of us, we see people who have made it and are successful, but we only see the surface because a lot of the stuff is actually underneath. And this is what really happens. The risks that they've taken, the focus for them to be where they are, the persistence, the failures, the action, the sacrifice, the habits, the hard work, and everything else in life that's happening, whether it's, losing people, passing tragedy. Yeah, absolutely. So, so Neo gets to be offered, he can take the blue pill and just go in the world and just carry on as if, nothing happened. His life will just continue as normal. Or he can actually take the red pill and then discover what actually is the real things that are really happening in the world out there. So it's like a blue-pilled investor or someone who is an entrepreneur who believes that essentially the comfortable lies that knowledge and theory is enough to actually get results. But the red pill entrepreneur understands that the truth that a system is actually needed to turn theory into reality. Just understanding, ABCD, even when we're in school, when you're, you're looking to get a job, they're looking for not just your academic certificate. What is it that they're asking for? Experience. So, for a red pill entrepreneur, he knows that just the theory is not enough. You need a system that can actually help you to get where you need to be. Not just unpleasant truths, comfortable lies, but if the comfortable lie that knowledge is power, then what does the reality mean? The reality is that if knowledge is power, application is a superpower. So you need a system and an application. Now, just to recap again, before I go into the model, just to share with you those 4 stages of our application. It's essentially the learning curve. What really happens? I just put all of these up and then go through them with you guys. So, the first thing that happens actually in the knowledge cycle, when you have unconscious incompetence, is that is the euphoria stage, the conception of an idea. So you've decided that you want to change your life. And you've decided that the vehicle that you want to use to do that is, for example, it can be anything. For example, it's property. At this stage, you don't know what you don't know. Yeah, so you are in a place of unconscious incompetence because you don't know what property is out there, what strategies out there, what you can do, how you can raise money, all those kind of things. And then you go to a property event and you get all excited because, you now start to learn new things, rent to rent or whatever. And it's the best day since sliced bread. Your motivation levels are quite high. What then happens? You've developed conscious incompetence because now you know certain things in property, but you are incompetent because you don't know how to do them. So in this stage, when you get to the epiphany stage, you encounter some resistance when you actually get to try some things because you find that to call estate agents or to find sources or whatever. It's not as easy as they make it out in the course. So this is the point. This is the crucial point, because your limiting belief starts to set in, because you start believing, oh, maybe this is not for me, or it's too hard, or I don't have the time, I don't have this. At this point, you're almost giving up. Then you pick something else, which is a shiny penny. Or maybe I'm destined to do ABCD, maybe Amazon or something. You go to something, to do with Amazon or another course. Again, you get too excited. Next thing, you get into the epiphany stage, you find that actually it is also hard. It's not as easy as they make it out to be. And then, your limiting beliefs start to set in again, and that mindset thing keeps you in that loop between the euphoria stage and the epiphany stage. So for you to actually break through into your conscious competence, where you're actually breaking through into success, you need a system, you need something different. And even for that, for you to break through into unconscious competence, you need something that will actually take there, because there's missing gaps in here. So that's essentially the 4 steps in the learning curve. Your unconscious incompetence, conscious incompetence, conscious competence, and unconscious competence. Because in the end, it's like driving a car at the end. But when you start driving, this is where, the reality hits. You've seen people drive, but then when you actually step in the car yourself, the first thing you find when you attempt driving, you find that you stole the car. Now the balancing, it's not as easy as it looked when someone is driving. Fast forward a few years later, you find that you can move from A to B without realizing how you got there. You go through all the roundabouts, boom, 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 like on autopilot, because you've developed a level of unconscious competence. And that is the level of excellence where we go through that cycle. So that is the learning curve that we go through in anything, from a level where you don't know anything to a level where we can actually develop excellence. But in order for us to break through into those levels, there's something missing. Between the euphoria and the epiphany stage, there's a lot of resistance, the fear, the procrastination, self-doubt, negative self-belief and self-talk, lack of confidence, little motivation, feeling like an imposter and shiny penny syndrome. So when you understand that there is that block within those stages, you will understand that you need a system to take you through that. And the first part, which is the missing link, is this 4-step model, is the future focus. So part 1 is in the 4-step model, which is the unconventional, this one unconventional principle that helped me to build my property portfolio and works within a business, is this future focus. What do you mean by that? It means you need to start with the end in mind. If you want to be a millionaire, you need to talk like one, act like one, and work like one. That is a big game changer, guys. You want to be a certain level, you need to actually have that end in. Feel and be like you're there. What is your why and what is the end in mind? What are you really after? What are you really after? So for me, once I understood this, I said myself, I want to develop within 12 months a 5 million property portfolio. And you know what happens? I actually set my subconscious mind out there into the universe to find me the least path of resistance to actually get me that, because I was actually future focused. This is a big and conventional principle that we really need to understand, that whatever that we need to achieve, we need to start with that end in mind. What do you want to get in 12 months period? It doesn't matter the how. Send your subconscious, give it the instruction to say, this is what I want to achieve in whatever period, and see the magic happen. So that is one big and conventional principle that people don't grasp. Start with the end in mind and set out what is the plan that you need to get to. Because when you're future focused, it actually breaks through that cycle. When the going gets tough, you get to understand that you have a future focus that you need to get to, and it's gonna push you and break that procrastination.